Has your energy been signaling something that you need to pay attention to? Has your intuition been working on overdrive? Whether it's emotional, cosmic, or karmic, there is something that needs your attention right now. And we're going to dive in with the tarot and find out what it is and how you can best use the energies to make sense of this and make your next move. Whatever needs to be seen, understood, reclaimed, questioned, answered, I got you. So welcome to the channel, or welcome back. Bobo and I are very happy to see you. So you can watch for your sun sign, rising sign, moon sign, whatever sign you would like to watch for. Timestamps are in the description, but what we're going to do is I'm going to pull from this pile, which has houses on it. Okay, but it's just the message of the house, okay? And then we're going to pull what planet. We're going to combine the two and get a message for you in terms of what you do need to pay attention to right now. And then we will get some tarot guidance on how you can best move forward with addressing this area of your life. All right, Aries, let's see what might need your attention right now. Let us pull from this, the 12 houses. We have your fourth house, which is your roots, as it says here. All right, and let's see what planet we need to discuss the energies. Let us see. And we have the moon. Okay, very interesting, because of course the moon rules the fourth house. So what needs your attention right now is possibly a home or family related situation that might be extremely emotional. This might have something to do with your mother, of course, with the moon energy showing up, or maternal, family, ancestral lineages, karmic situations from the past regarding mother and maternal line, those types of things. But it could also be your own emotional state. And are you feeling at home? Are you feeling at home in the world? Are you feeling at home in your home? Are you thinking of moving, selling, buying, whatever is going on there, renting, new place, something going on? So this needs your attention. And what's interesting here too, as it says, roots. So how rooted and stable do you feel right now, Aries? What needs your attention in this area? Okay, so let's see what we need to know for you about that. Does something need to be pulled up by the roots and released, the moon, let go of? That is also possible. All right, let us see. Or does something new need to be planted in your life so that it can grow roots? Depending on your personal situation, apply the energies to your life. All right, let us see. We have the 6 of coins. Okay, interesting. And we have double Libra here, 6 of coins and the Justice. So this could have something to do with more balance in your life, creating more peace. A Libra is a sign of peace and justice. So if there's something that has been out of balance or unfair in some way with the areas that I just mentioned, it is really time to look at that. There could be something here about sharing the load. Libra is opposite you. It is your 7th house of partnerships. So it could be something to do with a personal or family relationship that is somehow unbalanced or needs to get back in balance. Or maybe you're ready to bring a relationship in your life so that you can have more balance. Okay, but let us see. Let's pull one more card from the top. And wow, we have the 4 of Wands, which is your energy, and it's another 4. And it is about a new beginning. Okay, so very, very interesting of what we have going on here with the moon and this roots. So this can be a family celebration. It could be that you may have something going on with a wedding, a family reunion, a birthday. There's some family-oriented thing, a vacation maybe that's coming up. Maybe there's issues, moon, around, can we afford this? Is because it's the balance, and we got the coins here with the 6 of coins. Is this really worth blowing a budget on? Should we maybe scale it back a little, balance to be more fiscally responsible and not spend all our money? We can still have a good time. Maybe there's something we can adjust there. That's for some of you. Some of you, what this is about, it's about opening up a new path where you're going to feel more peaceful and harmonious. And this Six of Coins is interesting. It is gifts. It is, to me, always an energy of universe having your back. So there is support for you to bring more peace, harmony, and balance into your home life, possibly through some sort of move. Now, this may be happening maybe in Libra season of this year. This may be happening in your birthday season of next year in 2026. But, you know, you could be very much in the planning stages of this right now, because maybe with this energy, as I said, you're confronting some sort of emotional truth of where you are right now that may not fit you. And so you want to make a balanced change. And this is not about reacting and doing something impulsively. This really is about taking the measured and objective and planned approach. All of that's very Libra. So that is very, very nice. There could be some things going on here with this justice and this about buying, selling contracts, all of that type of thing, signing leases, purchase agreements, that type of thing with this home and family related issue. So all of this needs your attention right now, because especially if you're planning some sort of big move and a big change in your life, it's going to take 6 months to a year, I think, from when I'm filming this reading, which is in early May, but you know, it's a timeless reading, really. But it might only take 6 months from whenever you're watching this reading for it to come to full fruition. Okay, with the Libra and the Six of Coins energy there. Maybe let's say 4 to 6 months, because we had the number 4. Okay, so 4 to 6 months for this full, peaceful transition of a more harmonious living space, condition, situation to come to pass for you. And it will involve a more measured approach and planning. All right, Taurus, let's see what needs your attention at the moment. What area of life for you? Taurus. We have your 5th house, creativity. All right, your 5th house, love, romance, creativity, taking a risk, taking a chance. That needs some attention. Let's see. Let's see what you need to know about that. What planet energy might be influencing. We have Saturn and the truth. Okay. So there might be things for you to look at in terms of blockages or limitations to your creativity. There could be some heaviness that needs to shift around your creative hopes and dreams and wishes. And also the 5th house is romance. So this could be a time of either something's going to deepen and be committed, the relationship, Saturn, or it's run its course. The truth either way is going to come out about some sort of romantic connection, very possible here, or the truth that you really want one, or you don't want one. But this could be making, it's not always negative with Saturn. It can be about the depth of commitment. So you could be signing up to learn something new, signing up for some sort of pleasurable, a hobby, like taking a class or buying some materials so that you can invest your energy into making things. That's very 5th house. 5th house is pleasure, what lights up your heart space. And of course, Saturn isn't about pleasure. It's about duties and responsibilities. But what this is saying to me is you have duties and responsibilities to your own creativity and to what lights up your heart space. Okay, so you don't want to waste your gifts and talents. You want to use them. That's very Saturn. But of course, for enjoyment first. But Saturn could also be you want to monetize one of your creative hobbies. That's also possible. But let's see what we need to know about that. For you, Taurus, let's see. Bobo's taking up all the room, so I have to cut the deck over here. We have the heart space, Leo, strength. But we have a 5 of swords, another number 5. So we have stress and anxiety, internal criticism. Am I really good enough to do this? Or is what I am putting out there, maybe you already feel you're good enough to do it. Maybe you already, you believe in your talent, But then you're like, okay, but is my output the way it needs to be? Maybe you've been very self-critical, not satisfied with what you have been creating, although you have confidence, the Leo here. So it could be something about that. That's that Saturn. That's that Saturn combo there, right? That Saturn can be very heavy-handed with internalizing that inner critic, self-criticism, that type of thing. And then we have the King of Wands. Okay, so more fire. So what this is saying to me, Taurus, is you're going to get over whatever this is. If this is just about your creative talents and wanting to do something with them, you're going to get over it through some just aligned but fiery and impassioned actions. King of Wands doesn't wait around. He doesn't wait for permission. He's not going to discuss anything. He's just going out and doing it. You can see he's ready to leap out of his chair here. So, action is the great antidote to stress and anxiety. Aligned action. Let's rephrase that. So aligned action with the King of Wands is just start, just begin. Get the paintbrush in your hand, get the pen in your hand, sit down at the keyboard, get your knitting needles, whatever it is that you're doing for your creative life, get out of your head and into your heart and your hands and start making it happen. All right, that is the great antidote to any of this Five of Swords shenanigans that may be going on. Okay, and the same thing goes for if this is the truth, as Saturn says here, about some sort of romantic relationship, then it's the same message. This King of Wands, look at how they are acting or they're not acting to make your decision, make your discernment to whether to move forward or not. Your heart's in it. I think this is, if this is you, your heart is in it. Your heart is true. But then you're like, well, I'm stressing out here because what are they doing? Like, are they committed? Are they not? Like, what is this? Let's see. Give them a chance to show you a King of Wands. If they're not showing you a King of Wands of action, and they're just doing all of this, talk, but they do the same shenanigans over and over again, then you know what the truth is. You know what the truth is. And the truth does set us free. Sometimes truths can be hard, Saturn. I mean, yeah, we know. But you don't want to waste your beautiful energy on, especially a relationship that isn't giving you back what you really need. That is a very stressful place to be in. And we've all been there. And sometimes we have to go through those things so we do emerge stronger on the other side. But if they're not showing up for you, But this is also about you showing up for yourself and being committed to your creative dreams. All right, Gemini, let's see what house is going to be in focus for you to pay attention to. What area of your life? All right, here we go. 6th house, work and well-being and routine. All right, and let's see what planet is giving advice, assistance, or a warning. Let's see. It's either helping or hindering. We have North Node. Okay, not a planet, but all right. So we have North Node, life's purpose, and then we have 6th house, routine. So North Node is in the sky right now in your 10th house of career. So that's interesting that we're getting this. But this can be like, it may be time to regroup and look at your life's purpose. Are you feeling aligned with it? Are you feeling that your daily habits and routines support your life purpose? Maybe you already are tuned and tapped into your life purpose, but living it in your career is currently not rewarding because maybe you don't like the workplace or you'd like a different job. It could be something going on like that. Some of you may be transforming into a different career that is more service-oriented or health and healing-oriented, that type of thing, because of the 6th house situation. You may be looking to establish some sort of new routine or get a new job that'll bring you into a routine because maybe things have transformed and you're currently looking for work. So it can be something like that, but let's see what the tarot has to say. But, North Node is about some sort of new destiny door, something we want to step into. It is about an appetite. It's something we're focused on taking into our system. So it usually has connotations of something of the new. All right, so let's see Let's see what we need to know for you. Gemini. Let us see. What do we need to know? All right, we have a Queen of Coins, and we have a Hierophant, and we have a Five of Cups. Okay, so fives are about change. So there could have been a recent disappointment that you were hoping for something new. Like you have been, sorry, cat here. You have been really working on focusing and calling in something new for yourself. But it's interesting that we have the North Node, which it really does have a destiny and divine timing connotation showing up here. Life's purpose, transformation. So this wasn't right for you. Whatever this was, that almost was. I feel like there's an almost was. Close, but not quite. Recently, maybe last 5 days, 5 weeks, 5 months from whenever you're watching this here on YouTube, but that is about to shift and change. We have the Ace Manifestor of the deck, which is the Queen of Coins. Here she is, that coin in her lap. She's making it happen. But it is more about the flow and the ease of trusting and keeping the faith, Hierophant, that when it's meant to happen, it will happen. And there are maybe 2 other opportunities that may be coming in for you, even though thus far we have some spilled cups and things not working out. Try to get out of this energy of crying over spilled milk, right? Like what's done is done. Whatever happened, happened. It's water under the bridge. So try to keep the faith on the new possibilities for yourself, because that will amplify your Queen of Coins manifestation energy. And again, depending on when you're watching this, the new thing could be coming in for you in an earth sign season. So either Virgo season coming up, Taurus season, or of course, Capricorn season. So, but this is very, very good. Just, know that there is a new thing on the horizon for you. It's bringing an opportunity for you to align more purposefully and more powerfully with that which you are meant to do in the world. All right, Cancer, let's see what you need to focus on right now. Make some decisions. Let us see. Tune in, Cancer, to which house of the zodiac? 9th house, your faith. So this is travel. This is expansion. Yes, it's a house of faith and spirituality, philosophy, higher learning, etc., spiritual growth. So let us see, but it could be a travel thing that you're wanting to focus in on or make a decision about, or writing a book, publishing, academia, international business, starting an internet business or something to do with the internet. All right, let's see what we have. We have Pluto. Okay. So there could be something here where you would like to take maybe a life-changing trip. Pluto is, of course, about very deep transformation, like kind of a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Or you're ready to sign up for some sort of course or learning that will be deeply transformative for your life, maybe in a spiritual way, or this catty's all over the desk today, or in an intellectual way, or both. So you could be looking to take some classes, sign up to get a degree or a certificate that could transform your life in terms of opening up a stream of income, something of that nature. So any of these types of things apply. Let's see what the tarot has to say for you. But this is not 9th house just to do the 9th house. Like this is not just, let me take a trip to take a trip. This is something about a transformational situation. Okay, like deeply profound. That is Pluto. And it could be that a travel leads you to transform your life. Like let's say like you've always wanted to go to Bali or Thailand or some other place, that has a lot of spiritual energy associated with it. And let's say you go for 3 or 4 weeks or something, and you could return a changed person and ready to change your whole life. Like do an Eat, Pray, Love, right? Like totally, that's a great book, Elizabeth Gilbert, right? Just totally change your life and go in a very different trajectory. That's possible. So let's see But it is about what your soul needs to transform in order to expand. Like, it's like you got growing pains. You want to grow and change. And how are you going to do that? That's coming to your attention. 4 of Cups. And a 5 of Swords. And a Knight of Swords. So there is an energy here of definitely stressing and overthinking. There is likely going to be some sort of opportunity the universe will present you with. And immediately we get a stressful reaction, 5 of Swords. Well, how can I do this? Or how is this going to work? Or what is this going to require of me? Do I have the money? Do I have the time? Do I have the bandwidth, etc.? I think that you might decide very quickly with this Knight of Swords, before the opportunity evaporates, to just take a leap of faith. That is what I am feeling here, because this is what it says here, right? It says faith. Look at the wrong card here. Faith. So rather than stewing in your stress and fear, you may take this leap of faith. This is this Knight of Swords, and make this decision to move ahead on something that, yeah, maybe quite frankly, you are not 100% sure on yet, intellectually, because it's swords. But maybe emotionally, you do recognize very intuitively and emotionally that it is the right thing for you. So, and I do think that there might be some sort of time-sensitive situation going on here. This will not be around forever. And that's often the way with universe gifts that are coming in, or universe opportunities. It's like it comes in usually rather fast, which is this, and universe wants to know, are you in or not? And usually it'll go out just as quickly if you don't say yes. So by quickly, that could mean like a week, 5 days. You might have 5 days with the 5 of Swords to decide here. But this is not something to be lingering. You are ready for this transformation. I think this has been something you have been yearning for, but you know how it is sometimes, like it shows up at our door and then we're like, really? You mean I gotta take action on it now? I can't just stay in my cranky, sorry, Cancer, a little bit of 4 of Cups, cranky emotions that it hasn't happened yet. And then when it does arrive, I'm like, wait a minute, now I got to change my life and I got to say yes and do it. I mean, sometimes this is not just Cancer, but all of us can get in that cranky comfort zone of, well, it's kind of comfortable to just sit in my chair here and drink my coffee and complain a little. Woe is me, But then when it actually arrives and we have to take action and get out of a comfort zone, we second guess it. So I would say, Spirit wants you to know that something is arriving for you that you have been wishing for. So the transformation may also be that you need to transform enough your own attitudes and be able to take that leap of faith before it disappears. And then once you say yes and you start getting involved in whatever this thing is, you will see how it further transforms your life. All right, Leos, let's see what you need to know. What area of life should you be paying attention to right now? Your 10th house, the world and your career, Leos. Are you paying attention to that? Your public life? All right, let's see what planet is helping you or not helping you at the moment, Leos. Oh, we got Mars. All right. So you could be very fired up and energized, or it's time to get fired up and energized with your career. Now, Mars, as of this filming May 9th, is in your sign. But if you're watching this at another date, that Mars, of course, has moved on from your sign. But you could be especially fired up right now during the month of May 2025, if you're watching at this moment, to force, as it says here, something to happen that will fit your agenda, your goals. Mars can also be strategic, though. It's not always about brute force, but it can be about brute force. But when we're using that Mars in a very forceful way, sometimes, yes, force is required with certain things. But at other times, it's really about the flow. So, and accepting divine timing. And if we keep forcing the square peg into the round hole, as they say, trying to force something that may not be aligned for us, really, if we're honest with ourselves, trying to force something because we're feeling so desperate that something's got to change or happen. That's often when we get ourselves in trouble. So there's something to look at here. We'll pull some tarot for clarification. But this could also be that you're just in this period right now of really dynamically using your energy, that is Mars, strong desire, drive, to make something happen of significance in the public. This is the public also. So the spotlight could be on you. There could be an invitation to be in the spotlight where you're sharing and showing your energy in some way. This could be publicity, publications, speaking, YouTube videos, all those media, all those types of things of being really out there with your energy in the world. Okay, so that's possible. Now, if you're retired and you don't have a career right now, this could be more of how am I going to get back out in the world and use my energy in a way that feels aligned for me. So you might be looking for volunteer opportunities or a part-time job even, or, something, but you're trying to find a way to use your energy that feels aligned for you, but also gets you around people. But again, don't force it. It's about waiting for that right aligned invitation. Okay, so let's see what we need to know for you. Leos, let us see. The other thing I would say here too is make sure somebody isn't forcing you to do something against your will when it comes to your career. Whether that's somebody close to you in your family, or it's a boss or a colleague, like stand your ground. That's also very Mars. Don't let somebody push you around at work. And don't let somebody take credit for something that's yours either. That may be going on. Let's see. All right, we have a Queen of Coins. There's your energy. Oh, Okay. All right, here's the thing. I feel this both ways. There could absolutely be somebody around you, devil, who's trying to take credit for your work. So if that is happening, if you've been sensing that's been going on, but you haven't done anything about it yet, you might want to do something about it, because that person's not going to stop. These types of boundary buster people, they don't stop until you lay down the law, until you call them out. They will keep insidiously working behind your back, trying to get away with this. All right, so there's something very toxic and underhanded about this person if you're dealing with that situation. That is not going to go away until you forcefully, King of Wands, put a stop to it. In whatever way that means, that you write them up at work about it, you talk to your boss about it, whatever you need to do. I mean, everybody's situation is individual, but that's what we mean by, forcefully. Like you call it out in public in some way. You make note of it. It's noted in the HR record, Now, the other thing that may be going on here also, we have the Queen of Coins, which is very much about focused efforts when it comes to manifestation and being completely patient and confident that what we want will manifest. This combo with your King of Wands and your Devil could be the negative influence of this Mars that I was saying before, which could be this just unhealthy obsession, my way or else, and trying to force something to happen before it's time or when it's really not right for you. Instead, this is advising, use your energy, the Mars, to be more patient and focused with your manifestation efforts, and only choose that which really is the right opportunity for you and the one that easily lands in your lap. So it's basically ease versus forcing and something heavy and something that may be motivated out of fear with the Devil. Okay, so apply the energies to your life, but that's what I would say here to be aware of right now. All right, Virgos, let's see what area of life may be seeking your attention right now. Oh, we have the 12th house, escape. Are you trying to run away from something, Virgo? What is going on? And let's see what planet may or may not be helping you at the moment. All right, Virgos. Bobby is escaping from the psychic studio table to his little cat tree. All right. Oh, we have Mars. Okay. We have Mars again. Leo's just got that. All right. So this is interesting. When we have Mars in this, like, associated with the 12th house situation, there's something burning and churning in your subconscious. There's something burning, churning, yearning in the background of your mind. This could be very vivid dreams that are waking you up. And it could be also vivid, stressful dreams as well. There could be long forgotten memories starting to bubble up to the surface for you. There could be this, yes, urge to escape, as this card says, and Mars is about taking action just, sort of impulsively. That is the nature of, Mars, Aries energy. Impulsively escaping, trying to run away from yourself in some way. Again, this is not all areas of your life, but maybe in some area that's very emotional or has something to do with your past. That could be very much 12th house. Some sort of karmic contract that's very 12th house as well, that you're trying to wrap up, but you don't really want to. So you're trying to run away and escape from what you know you must do. Perhaps something that needs to end and you're in charge of ending it. So it can be a mix of these types of energies currently surfacing, which makes a lot of sense also with, as the time of this filming, the South Node going through your sign right now in 2025. So, which is about release and wrapping up karmic situations so that you can start new karmic chapters in your life. But let's see what the tarot has to say. But, you can run, but you can't hide. That's the thing. The 12th house also is our house of self-undoing. So you don't want to use that Mars and take actions that harm yourself as trying to escape from something. That's self-undoing, self-sabotage. There's something here about really facing your feelings that are bubbling up to the surface, but they could be things you don't want to deal with, but you don't want to act out, definitely, in doing something that's not good for you, whatever that might be, as a way to escape from whatever's bubbling up. Okay, we have the wheel here. Oh, and we have a 10 of swords. And a 3 of swords. Okay, so Virgo, what this is saying is, what we resist persists, as we know. So we have the very beneficial Wheel of Fortune, the Jupiter energy. Fantastic. But this 3 of Swords, 10 of Swords, is wrapping up a cycle. So the wheel, it's not always about us being on top like the lion. Sometimes we're down at the bottom of the wheel. And 10 of Swords, 3 of Swords can be, I'm at the bottom of the wheel. There's nowhere to go but up. Especially with the 10 of Swords, which can be like, it's the end of the situation, right? It's like the dawn of a new day. It can only get better from here. So you are going to be on the upward swing, but first you do need to process through. That's what these cards are saying, and acknowledge whatever this 3 of Swords heartbreak was, and this 10 of Swords frustration and possible betrayal, and the end of it. And get yourself on the upward trajectory of the cycle. But as we know, you have to process through things, because if you resist it, it hangs around, the wheel doesn't move. It acts as a blockage to having the wheel move forward. So this is what this is saying. Mars is saying, really, instead of trying to run away from your deep feelings, 12th house, that you don't want to look at, be brave and face them. This is Jupiter. This is about faith. This is about spiritual perspectives as well. So if you want a new cycle to begin in your life, it is time to put also into some sort of spiritual perspective for yourself that which went down, and release it, to karmically wrap up that chapter and release it. And I realize that sometimes those things are easier said than done, of course. And we've all been through these types of situations. But this ton of... this wheel here, this beautiful wheel, the number 10, is promising you that a bright future is awaiting for you. The cycle will shift, the energy will shift, and it will begin with you facing something and releasing it rather than trying to run away from it. Libras, this is what Spirit is saying to focus in on right now. Pay attention to this, Libra. Let us see. We have your 5th house, creativity. This, of course, is love, romance, and children as well. Blessings and pleasure. All right, let's see what planet may be helping you or acting as a pain. Let's see. Let's see. Libras. We have the sun. All right, beautiful. And of course, the sun rules the 5th house in astrology. So this is fantastic. The sun has to do, of course, with our spirit, our identity, our goals. So what's lighting up your heart space? Universe is saying it's time to start something new. It's time to start something where you can invest your beautiful life force energy into creating a new life for yourself, creating a new relationship with your children, maybe enjoying grandchildren, possibly starting work on new creative projects, a creative business, time to travel for pleasure, push your luck in some way, maybe take a calculated risk. All of these are very 5th house situations. But the sun is about what brings you joy. So let us see, Libras, what you need to know about that. A joyful new beginning. Beautiful. All right, Libras, let us see. Ooh, wish card, 9 of Cups. Ooh, and the moon. And a Queen of Cups. Okay. Sorry, I'm always got cat hair up my nose. The cat. He's very sweet, but he's always like liking to rub on my face. It's very funny. Okay. So what we have here is you tuning into that which will make you really happy. You have the 9 of Cups here, which is the wish card, but also it's the appetite. What are you craving? What is your desire? What would give you a lot of joyful pleasure in terms of something that you're creating in your world? That is the thing to focus in on. Now, the moon card here could be a time marker for starting it by the next full moon, whenever that is when you're watching this video, since this is sort of a timeless reading. Making a commitment to yourself to say yes and to get in the creative flow, Queen of Cups, to listen to your intuition at that very potent next full moon coming up and invest your creative energy and start and begin. Now, the moon can also be, though, that, well, yes, I really know that I have this particular wish and desire for my creative life and for my joy and bringing more joy, but I have my doubts. I have my fears. Like, you know, can I really do this? Can I make something of this? This is like, feel the fear and do it anyway. You know, you could be more about, well, focusing on the end product rather than the process. There's something here I think about, if you're in a moon situation, putting the doubts into perspective, and they will go away when you start moving forward, Queen of Cups, and just following the flow of your intuition, your heart, and your creative energy, and see where it takes you, rather than focusing on the outcome. It is the joy in the journey. That's the 9 of Cups and the Queen of Cups that is showing up here. As long as your heart is feeling aligned and good and happy, you are moving forward in the right way. Okay, so this is very, very nice. You know, we all have these creative doubts that sometimes surface. And action is really the antidote to doubt and fear. Taking aligned, right action in what you feel is really pulling you forward. I mean, the Queen of Cups, it's very intuitive. It's like when you're in that flow, like just kind of checking in with your feelings. Well, what am I really feeling called to right now? What would light me up? Like, is it the color purple? Is it that I want to get my hands in the dirt and plant some new flowers in my garden? I want to maybe create a catio. Maybe you're a carpenter and you're like, hey, I'm going to like construct a catio. And that will give me a lot of happiness and pleasure. And it's more like being in the moment and saying yes and investing your creative energy rather than too much of plotting and analyzing it before you do it. It's very much being in the creative flow. And so sometimes we get into these moon situations when we're too much about planning and looking too much at outcomes. you will get beautiful outcomes. You have these gorgeous energies showing up here. But those will come out of divinely aligned flow and just really tapping into what brings you so much joy and pleasure, and what is a celebration of your heart. 9 of Cups, when you like raise a glass. I did that. I made that collage. I planted those flowers. I did those things. Yeah, that's worthy of celebration. Celebrate your beautiful life force energy by creating something new that makes you feel good. All right, Scorpio, let's see what you need to know, what the universe is saying to you about what you should be paying attention to right now. We're going to first pull the house in your life. That might be important. All right, we have the 5th house, creativity. And let's see what we need to know about that. For you, what planet may be helping or not helping. We have Uranus and your genius. All right, so Uranus, of course, is about awakening, and it is about our genius. It's about using our unique gifts and talents, especially with this creativity, and expressing ourselves in our own unique way. It is not about copying someone else, sounding like someone else, painting like someone else, singing like someone else, writing like somebody else. No. This is about your own energy, tapping into your beautiful brilliance. So you could be really being fired up. This is 5th house. Love, romance, creativity, children, taking a risk. House of the entrepreneur. This can be inventions, trademarks, patents. This Uranus can be Aquarian individuals, eccentric people coming into your life. You could be the eccentric person. You never know. Uranus is about air travel, astrology, electricity, and thus inventions, as I was saying, space travel. So with this 5th house, it could be it's time to write your sci-fi novel, you know? Or it's time to welcome a new romance that will be very, very unconventional. Uranus could be with a younger person, a very much older person, or there could be some other type of uniqueness about that particular relationship. Okay, it could be romantic, could be a friendship, but it would be unconventional in some way. It could also be some sort of air travel that you're going to be taking. 5th house can be trips. Usually they're shorter trips, not like big worldwide journeys. That's more 9th house. But it could be something where there might be a short plane ride, like, an hour or two, not a big deal. There could be something related to you wanting to start some sort of pleasurable study in astrology. That's possible. So, all of these is saying, like, your mind is on fire. Your mind is excited with the new and unique possibilities that are headed your way and that you are creating in your life. All right, so let's see. One of your children or grandchildren could be showing early signs of being a genius, and you could be playing a role in the development of their genius also. Another possibility. All right, let's see what we got here. Emperor. And the 5 of Coins. And the Knight of Coins. Okay. Do what you can with what you have where you are. Okay, that's what I am feeling here. So, the 5 of Coins, in today's economy, and we can't ignore the economic realities we live in, and sometimes we do feel a lot of pressure that we have to have money to do certain things. And yes, that is very true. You need money to live, as an example, right? But what I am feeling here, you have the Aries, the Emperor energy. This 5 of Coins to me can be more about your worries about your self-worth, because I do read Pentacles as self-esteem. But it could also be, yes, the very real fact of thinking that you need resources to begin something. You may not need as much resources as you're thinking, or that might be, again, this is a general reading, okay? So I'm not speaking personally to anybody here, but depending on your situation, this might be an excuse. So that's why I'm saying this is the Aries Emperor ingenuity. Aries are inventors, as are Aquarians and the Uranus energy. Where there's a will, there's a way. That is very Emperor energy. So this is saying do not let any Five of Coins stop you. Do what you can with what you have where you are. There are unconventional, that's Uranus, ways that you can find to do things. There could be scholarships you could apply for. There could be payment plans. Again, don't take on debt. That's not a good thing. I'm not advising that unless you feel it's something you really want to be doing, but that's your choice. I'm not telling you to do that. But this is about being resourceful is what I am feeling. Because we also have the Knight of Coins here, which means that you can make slow and steady progress, but you need to start. That's the thing. You do need to start something along these lines. Okay. So, and especially different things like you don't need to take an astrology class. It could be helpful, but get a book out of the library. Teach yourself how to draw charts by hand. That's how I started out in the days before the internet. I taught myself. So there's ways to do things on a shoestring budget and being resourceful. And you are also a very resourceful person, Scorpio, just like Aries is. So that's what I'm feeling. You can really start making progress with whatever this is for yourself. And this is something that whatever you start investing in with this creative thing, it's going to grow over time. Like you're not going to abandon it. And it could prove eventually to be very financially beneficial for you in the long run. But the important thing is to start it now. All right, Sagittarius, let's see what the universe would like you to pay attention to right now in your life. Saggies. We have the third house, messages. All right, third house, and let's see what planet is helping you or not at the moment. Let's see. Planet is helping you. Oh, we have the North Node and life's purpose. Okay. So there could be a very interesting message coming to you about your life's purpose, a job offer, a career direction. Maybe a message is coming in approving you for a new program of study so you can start a new career. Maybe you're getting approved for an internship or some other type of career vocational training, something like that. Now, third house is also your mindset. It's not just messages. It is writing, speaking, teaching, networking, and sales, as I always say. Yes, it's communications. It is also how you use your brain, how you use your mind. So there could be something here of you making decisions and sending messages and communicating in regards to your life's purpose. Depending on where you are in your personal situation, this could be making a decision that my life's purpose now is retirement, or my life's purpose is getting back into the workforce after a period of hiatus because I was a stay-at-home mom. Or my life's purpose, and making up my mind, is to go in an entirely different direction or start my own business or something like that. Okay, so apply the energies to your life. But this could be a major rethink of something you're doing. There could be, if you're in those areas of writing, teaching, speaking, and sales, there could be some very interesting big deal or message coming to you about that. Like the book getting published and accepted, or you just closed on a big deal that you've been negotiating. If you're in sales, as an example, or you just got your first full-time teaching job, those types of things. All right, but let's pull from here and see what you need to know. Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Saggies. Ooh, lovely. I love this. Oh, okay. Ace of Coins, Four Swords. And an Eight of Coins. Gorgeous. Okay. This is what I feel. Some of you have been out of the loop. like either a message got delayed, an offer got delayed, or this could be, like I said, you were out of the workforce, you were stay at home, or you just were in a timeout. You were out of the scene, you are on retreat, you know, something was going on, you took time off for some reason. But this could also be that instead of saying yes right away, you just do give it a day before you say yes to whatever opportunity's coming in. I wouldn't give it more than 4 days. Here's the Four of Swords. You may want to give it just 4 hours. But sometimes if you say yes too fast, then they think you're desperate. So I think there could be something here where you just wait a day. Okay, like respond if an offer is coming in, messages, again, this is what we're talking about, and it comes in, you can respond and say, okay, great, thank you very much. I've received your offer. I will answer you tomorrow at 9 a.m. You give yourself a little time to just mull it over and make sure that it's really fitting your requirements. Here's the 8 of Coins. Now, this could be, yes, does it fit my monetary requirements? You're looking at your checkbook here, your balance sheet. Is this going to work for me? Am I comfortable with the terms of the sale? Am I comfortable with the terms of the contract? Okay. And there's nothing negative here. I think 8 of Coins, you will get what you want. It's very nice. And the Ace of Coins. So just make sure, though, that everything's to your liking and alignment. So it's like they say, sleep on it, 4 of Swords, before you immediately jump and say yes. Because it's sometimes surprising how even in a day, something else could come in that's better. I'm not really feeling that necessarily with these cards. I'm getting more of a feeling of not letting them think you're desperate for some reason. Okay? Because this is somewhat of a big decision. Life's purpose, it's tied in with this North Node of a new door of possibility will open up for you as a result of this new commitment, the new focus, you know, something new money related. Like, let's say you're selling something. You're maybe selling a big ticket item like a house, a car, a boat, a piece of jewelry, and you might be getting significant amount of money. You want to make sure you're getting something that's fair, and you want to make sure that money that's coming to you is going to fund your dreams, is going to fund the life purpose that you want. So again, nothing negative here, but just be savvy and make sure that you take a little time out to make sure the money is aligned for you. Capricorn, let's see what the universe is saying you need to pay attention to right now. Capricorns. Ooh, your first house, the body. All right. Let's see what planet is helping you or not. Okay, let's see. So, of course, yes, first house is your physical body. It is also how other people are seeing you. It's very much tied up with your identity, your presentation of self. And we have Mercury, your mind. Okay, so this is interesting. I think that there may be some decisions you need to make about a makeover. Okay, so again, presentation of self. It could be something to do with your hair, your glasses. Maybe you need to get new glasses and change your look. Maybe there's something about a new wardrobe. Maybe there is something about your weight, whichever way that you need to balance things out. Because Mercury can be nervous tension. So there may also be something of how nervous tension when you're not managing your Mercury appropriately, how nervous tension is affecting your physical body. Okay, so there may be those types of things to be looking at. Mercury rules Virgo, which is a lot about nutrition, so it can also be about that. And of course, Mercury rules Gemini, which can be a lot more about that nervous, fidgety type stressful energy. And having too much on your mind and not getting it out of your mind, right? It's like festering in there. It's like journaling would be very good right now, instead of having all of that type of energy affecting your physical body. Okay, some of you may need to be tracking things. That can be very Mercury. Tracking your weight, as an example, tracking your nutrition. So, of course, speak with your doctor. tracking your supplements, like having more of an actual app or journal that you are writing things down so you stay on track with your goals. It can be even simple things like hydration, that you're tracking that. So all of those are possibilities here. Okay, so let's see what we need to know for you, Capricorn. And it may be time. Mercury can be, of course, about making appointments, visits. Maybe it's time to make a doctor's appointment. Use your own judgment on that. And Mercury is movement. So any type of movement like bicycling, walking, that type of thing would be good. Not crazy movement, but of course I'm not a doctor, so consult with your doctor. All right, let us see. We have the King of Cups and we have a Five of Cups. Okay. And we have a Knight of Wands, which is physical activity. So there could be something that you've been kind of emotionally processing through, let's just say. Or you could be very emotionally hard on yourself right now because maybe there is a timeout that you haven't been able to pay attention to your physical body for whatever reason. This King of Cups, Five of Cups could be also the effect that grief, sadness, etc. has on our mind and thus our body. So, the after effects, of those types of things. But the Knight of Wands is very positive. That is about taking action. That's about getting your energy back. So there may be just some decisions that you need to make to process through this. Maybe you need to talk to somebody. Maybe you just need to come to some sort of emotional terms with whatever's going on with you right now. I do think when Jupiter goes into Cancer, I'm filming this in May 2025. If you're watching this at a later date, Jupiter goes into Cancer in the first week of June. So it could be too that, you're maybe at the tail end of this, turning a corner. It could be that you've been disappointed with healing professionals, King of Cups, before. And so maybe you've put off going to a doctor. That's possible too. But this says that if you do some research and homework, Mercury, you could find the right person to make an appointment with, Knight of Wands. So that is possible. Okay, there's some other people out there who could be of great benefit and help to you, the two remaining cups. So there is definitely, I feel like some of you are coming out of a season of sadness that maybe affected your mental health and mental well-being and thus your physical well-being, because everything's connected more than you realize. So it is time to bring attention to that, to walk your talk, Knight of Wands, to make appointments, to go out there, to start moving a little bit more. If you've been isolating yourself, like maybe it is time to go for a walk in the park, go for a bike ride, those types of things, see a doctor, etc. Maybe it's time to make a therapy appointment if you really feel like that's, necessary for you right now. If this is still lingering a little bit, but this is very positive. Like you're going to be taking the actions you need to take to get on the road of better well-being. All right, Aquarius, let's see what the universe is saying you need to pay attention to right now. Aquarius, we have the 7th house, partners. Okay. And let's see what planet may be helping you or not with this area of your life. Aquarius. Oh, we have the sun. Beautiful. And, the sun does rule your 7th house of partners, which is interesting that came out. So this could be that there could be a healing going on. The sun heals everything. The good nature, the goodwill, the happy vibes of the sun. Could be healing a relationship, whether business or personal. It could be you're ready to call in a significant relationship in your life that feels good, that makes you feel all warm and fuzzy, the sun. It could be your current partner is healing in some way, is growing, is transforming, is feeling more powerful. You could be more radiant with joy as well with the Sun card because of a partnership in your life. Maybe you're celebrating an anniversary or something like that. Maybe there's a renewal of vows. Like there could be something here that I'm just getting more of a sense of healing though. Like maybe your relationship turned a corner and it's healing more, like something like that. Okay, but let's see. Or you're ready for a new partnership in your life. But remember, this also applies to business. All right, so let's see. Very nice energies here, Aquarius. Let us see. All right. Ooh, the 9 of Coins. Very nice. Ooh, and a Justice. And the Lovers. This is beautiful. All right. So I'm going to read this a couple different ways. But notice we have 2 partnership energies, the Lovers and also the Justice. The Libra, the partnership house in the zodiac, and then, of course, the Lovers showing up. And the 9 of Coins. So now the 9 of Coins here, of course, can relate to you being on your own and being perfectly happy, and you're fine. So whatever new relationship, if this applies to you, that you're calling in, whether business or personal, it could be both too. You could hit the double jackpot right now, Aquarius. It's not because you're being needy. This new relationship is not coming out of dysfunction. It is being born in a spirit, the Sun, of mutual attraction, passion, seeing eye to eye, and balance and beauty and peace and harmony. So it is something that's going to add to your life. It's going to be something you want to invest your energy in because you don't need it, but it's going to be really nice to have in your life. Okay. And there's a big difference when we get involved in relationships from a place of feeling super solid in ourselves. That's a very different type of relationship energy than when we're feeling depressed and we're looking for, or dejected, or just very needy, and we are grasping on somebody else's energy to distract us or fulfill us or something like that. That is not a good scene. So this is not that. This is the total opposite. This is beautiful. Now, some of you, yes, this could be business. We have contracts going on here. We do have money energies with the 9 of Coins. So this could be you're partnering up with somebody who you do vibe with in order to create something in a business sense. But even though there's feel-good vibes between the 2 of you, it is vital that you have contracts in place. That's just common sense. But also there could be, with the 9 of Coins showing up, there could be some significant monetary compensation for you partnering up with someone in a business sense. But again, it needs that legal seal of agreement here. Read all contracts carefully. Make sure you know what's your responsibilities, their responsibilities, how much money you're going to get paid, how is it going to be divided, all the things. This looks very promising and potentially very profitable for you. And the other thing possibly too going on here, because we have the partnership energy. As I said before, some of you are really healing your relationship. If you have felt kind of like you've been on your own lately, maybe your partner's been going through some things. They just haven't had enough energy to invest in the relationship, maybe because of their work obligations or something like that. There is a renewal, there is a renaissance, there is more beautiful, balanced energy coming into that relationship. Through some sort of healing and a reconnection of your energies. So, and that could be too, like if there's been some physical estrangement because the person maybe has just been unwell, that can happen. As they get their energy back and get more into balance, so too will the physical connection come back. Because the love is still there. The love is very strong. So this is very, very nice. So whichever way this applies to your life, good energies here. And Pisces, let's see what the universe would like you to pay attention to right now in your life. Pisces. Ooh. We have your 12th house. Of course, you are associated with the 12th house in the zodiac wheel, and we have escape. Oh my goodness. All right. And let's see what planet is helping you or not with this energy. We have Saturn and the truth. Well, Saturn, as of this filming, May 9th, Saturn is getting ready to leave your sign and go into Aries. He will be backtrack into your sign later in 2025, but depending on when you're watching this, okay. But Saturn in the 12th house, if we just look at this combo of energies and what it's saying to you currently, Saturn 12th house is suggesting it is time for a karmic cleanup, a karmic wrap up. You could be dealing with things that you need a time out from the universe to deal with. Saturn, as it says here, is the truth. Saturn's a lot about duties, responsibilities, but in the 12th house, it can denote some sort of little period of isolation in order to process through a lot of psychic, emotional, psychological baggage and let it go once and for all, because you're cleaning up a karmic cycle. Some of you are cleaning up a karmic cycle from the last 30 years, whenever you're watching this. And this card here, as it says, is escape. You can't run away from Saturn. I mean, you can try, but Saturn will always catch up with you. The truth always catches up with you. So it is best to, as I say, use the energies and use whatever time out you need to process through, purge, eliminate that which you no longer need. This could also signify a huge declutter, a huge detoxification, also perhaps of your body, mind, and spirit. Of course, consult a doctor before you do any detox things. This is not medical advice, but this could just be a major purge of your past, of belongings you no longer need, clothes that are out of date that you've been holding on to, maybe relationships even that are from a long time ago and you're still connected, but there's no connection either. There could be things out of duty and loyalty that are really not serving you anymore. There's all these possibilities here. Let's see what the energies have to say. Face the truth of what you need to let go of rather than running away from it or trying to run away. All right, let's see what we got here. Pisces. Page of Swords. King of Swords. And the Seven of Cups. Once you make up your mind to do this, you will be ruthless in slicing through any types of stuff from your past that is not going to serve you any longer. Okay, so this is very interesting. So we start with the Page of Swords, which it's getting there. Pages are about beginnings. It's about finally making that decision. Getting to that point where you look through the first drawer, you know, that drawer everybody has somewhere in their apartment or house, the clutter drawer. It's like you make the decision, I'm just going to look at the clutter drawer today. I'm just going to declutter that. And it's like once you do that and make that decision and take that action, then the King of Swords steps in and then you're ready to go. Then you're like, all right, here it goes. Here goes now the closet. Here goes the storage unit. Here goes the next thing I'm going to get rid of. So, you know, King of Swords can be a little ruthless. Even Saturn can be. So there's something here also about cutting through illusions. That's the Seven of Cups. Cutting through illusions, delusions of, do I still need this anymore? No, you don't. No, you don't. Now, I say all of this with all love. You know, my mom was a Pisces and I have Venus in Pisces. So I have Mercury 4th house. So I have a tiny bit. I'm more of a collector than a hoarder. I'm not a hoarder. But my mom was borderline. She kept a lot of things that were really unnecessary. And when we cleaned out her dresser drawers and different things after she passed away, me and my dad, after she passed away, I am not kidding you. Now, she was a bookkeeper, so I mean, you know, they always keep receipts, but I am not kidding you. We found a receipt from 20 years before she passed away for a candy bar. I think it was like a Snickers or or mounds or something like that she had bought, and a couple other things. But 20 years prior, when she was working in this other town, because I saw where the store was in the receipt. And that must have been when she was on a break at work and she went and got herself a snack and some magazines or whatever she bought. But she kept the receipt. Like, we found it. So that is what I am saying. Like, why? It is those types of things that are just weighing you down. It is psychic baggage from the past that you do not need. It's time to be ruthless with that. Who knows where she kept that? I don't know. But, and there was other things too that I don't need to go into, but it's time for this major purge, detox, clean, declutter, because when we are weighed down by a lot of this other stuff that is representative of a lot of stuff from the past that is not who we are or what we're doing anymore, it can prevent new dreams from coming in, because sometimes it is baggage. That's stuff. I'm not talking about treasured heirlooms or things like that, but I am talking just about the baggage, the psychic debris. We all have it. You know what I'm talking about. That type of clutter prevents new things, new energies from coming in. And it is also a very subtle energetic drain. And that's what this can be too, this 12th house. Sometimes the 12th house does not shout, it whispers. It can be a very subtle energy drain you are feeling. Like maybe you're feeling tired a lot more lately. Now, of course, check with your doctor if that's the case, but there could also be something psychically that's pulling on you if you have just a lot of stuff from your past that isn't relevant to you anymore. It is that subtle psychic drain of energy. And this also goes for people in your life who are doing that as well. It is very draining when you're dealing with people from your past that you're not aligned with anymore. And it's not that you wish them harm or anything like that. We are not saying that. But trying to pretend or keep up the pretense of a friendship that really maybe doesn't suit you anymore. That is another one of those subtle energy drains. And this 12th house Saturn type energy, as I said, is about ending those types of karmic contracts. It's finished. It's done. You don't need it. It's blocking you from new people coming in. So consider all those things, but that is what Spirit is suggesting, Pisces. So thank you so much for joining me for what the universe would like you to focus in on right now. Please leave me a comment. Let me know on what you're going to be doing with these particular energies. I would love to hear. And if you got value out of the video, if you consider hitting that thumbs up, really helps the channel with the YouTube algorithms, as does commenting and sharing the video out to someone who might appreciate its messages. I certainly appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching. Love you guys. Take care. I'll see you again soon. Stella Wilde, signing out.